Good morning, Guardians. Ebontis here with your weekly reset information for November 29th. Kind of had some of the week off last night, guys, for the holidays and everything, but back at it here for normal for you. So let's jump right in and see what we've got for the week. First thing we've got for you guys is the weekly Nightfall strike. Berserk is the first modifier, means the darkness won't flinch even after massive damage. Then Specialist weapon damage is favored, 2 times special weapon damage, 3/4 on heavy and primary. Then you got Juggler, no ammo drops for your equipped weapon. And then Chaff, player radar is disabled. So this one should be interesting because Chaff, no radar is a very useful thing on the Abomination Heist to time when those enemies come out. But you won't have the burn, so the enemies won't quite melt you as fast, but you're definitely going to have to be aware, keeping your head on a swivel, watch for those enemies to come out so you can keep that timing going. As for the Siva Crisis Heroics, modifiers we've got this week are Arc Burn, Catapult, and Chaff. So bring out your arc grenades, you should be able to have a lot of fun there, and again, keep your head on a swivel. Chaff with no radar gets a bit dicey on a couple of the strikes, and with Arc Burn, you're definitely going to have to be aware of what's around you and what's spawning, so you don't turn around and get one shot. So just kind of keep your head on a swivel and be aware for these weekly strikes. The daily story mission is Scourge of Winter. Hunt and kill Draxus, the House of Winter's Kel, hiding deep in the caves on the Ishtar Sink. Jump in here, get your 15 legendary marks for the day, and also jump in here, pop a 3 of coins, and when you kill Draxus, you have a chance at an exotic, just due to the fact that he's an ultra. So not all of the daily missions have ultras, so this is always a nice one to knock out and have a chance for that exotic as well. As for your artifacts this week, we've got the Memory of Fellwinter, with a discipline and strength roll. Pretty even roll here, and definitely the good way to go because intellect is pretty useless on this one. You've got 119 discipline, 118 strength. Lose your super but gain 1 extra grenade and melee charge, and small boost to stats. Pretty sizable boost to stats. I've seen people be able to go all the way up to tier 14 with this artifact, so keep that one in mind. This one looks like a pretty solid roll on top of that. Second one we've got is the Memory of Timer. This is a full strength roll this morning. And here, melee attacks on minions of the darkness have a chance to temporarily turn the target against its allies. So as you melee and stab something, you have a chance to turn it to your side and fight with you for about 30 seconds. And then when you need to change it back, just stab it again. Finally, we've got the Memory of Perun. Full discipline roll on this one this morning, a little better than the previous artifact. Enemy guardians with full supers and all enemies with low health are highlighted. So you run around in PvP, if you want to see if somebody has a super, this is a way that you can kind of tell that, so you can plan your attacks so you don't just get insta-supered to cancel that. Also, enemies with low health are highlighted, guardians as well, kind of lets you know who to go for, which one's going to be your main priority. Not really the best artifact in my opinion, but it's okay if you're going for your collection. As for the Iron Lord bounties this week, first one we've got is Anti-Splicer. Complete patrols in the Plague Lands, get yourself a nice chunk of experience. Second one is Stay Down, defeat Fallen, pretty straightforward. Just kill Fallen in any activity, Archon's Forge, the Raid, just run around on the Plague Lands, you're pretty much good to go. Third one is going to be Archon's Forge Shaxx. This one, of course, just means go into Archon's Forge and get your victories against Shaxx. Not too shabby, of course, always a good place to get your ghosts, get your artifacts, chance at class items, all those are going to be up to about 400, so good place to get some gear, and of course, good to continue working towards that Thorn bounty if you haven't gotten that one to pop yet. And then finally, we've got Archon's Forge Vandals, the other side of this here, so instead of Shaxx, just going to be looking for a different enemy type. Of course, they're RNG, just keep going in there and try and find a group that runs for a little while and try and get some of these knocked out. So, good place to get some of that gear still, and of course, good place to get some experience if you need to level up some weapons. These are great bounties to do it. As for the Crucible side of things, daily Crucible mode is going to be Rift. Collect the spark and ignite the enemy's Rift with it. Basically 6v6, team objective, work together, push towards that other team's objective and land that spark in there. 15 legendary marks for 1 completion, always worth knocking this one out. As for your weekly Crucible modes, we've got Combined Arms, always a fun one because you get these bigger maps, get some vehicles involved, just kind of a lot of fun for 6v6. Team Deathmatch with vehicles, throw some different maps in the mix, good times all around. On the other side, we've got Freelance 3v3, kind of pretty much the complete counter opposite to that. You've got solo queuing, 3v3, so you've got skirmish, salvage, and elimination. Going up with solo people only. That was a nice way to try and maybe meet some cool people if you get a cool match paired up and you guys have some fun. Try and invite them as a friend. Other than that, just come in here and at least it levels the playing field because you're not playing against any teams. And finally, we come to the Lord Shaxx Crucible bounty for the week. This week we've got Taking Control. Exercise your skills in the control match type. Complete 7 matches, pretty straightforward. Advantage kills, you need to be getting kills while your team has the score advantage, so just keep that one in mind. Actually following that objective and winning the match actually counts. Captures, make sure you capture 15 points, run around and pick those up. And then beeline, you just need to get point B first. So basically, choose a map, like say if you have a couple other people, run straight to B, follow them to it so you can get a decent group there, and you'll pick that one up, knock it out, and you'll be good to go. Finally, we have the Raid Challenge mode of Vosik this week. This, of course, is the one where you need to make sure you close 2 rooms, each of the 2 damage phases, and then finish him off in the 3rd room. The 2 rooms on each side of the room, you're going to have to close those actual little buttons with the Siva charges. So when those things fall, make sure 2 people pick those up so they're holding on to them, waiting in the Siva rooms for people to come in. You have to close 2 of them on the 1st round, 2 of them on the 2nd round, and on the 3rd round, you have to finish him off. So make sure you have solid damage output to be able to do this. Don't even try if you can't take him out by that 3rd run. And just make sure you guys are communicating together, work together on this one. It's reasonable, shouldn't be too bad, but this one is definitely going to take a fair amount of communication. So good luck and hope this one works out for you. But as for me, that will wrap it up for the weekly reset at least. Nightfall should be manageable, could be a little slower, especially with Juggler and Specialist and no real other bonus there. So we've got Specialist working in our favor, so nothing's just going to really instantly wipe you out. But with Chaff, you're going to have to watch that radar, so I'll get that Nightfall up sometime this morning once I get it knocked out. Otherwise, guys, had a crazy week with the holidays last week, so didn't get a whole lot knocked out for you guys as usual. But I am back at it here normal, full swing, so I'll get everything back up for you guys. Thanks for understanding for the week off for the holidays. Travel and family just kind of comes first. Thank you guys as always for tuning in. Drop a like down below if you did enjoy the video. Leave a comment. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Also thinking about covering either Battlefall, Titanfall 2, and I want to play through Tomb Raider as well. So let me know if you guys have an interest in any of those games, how you guys might like to see the coverage, things like that. So gonna have some other stuff coming your way, just because as you guys know, we've knocked a lot out in this game. We've got SRL coming soon, hopefully, but we just don't know when. I want to throw some other stuff into the mix for you guys. Thank you guys as always for tuning in. Go to the main channel page, subscribe there if you do enjoy the content, and I will keep it coming your way. Thanks as always for tuning in, and have a great one.